You see, one of the most amazing thing that God endowed living thing with, and one of the most crucial characteristics of a living thing is adaptability. And this adaptability, amazingly, is recorded in our DNA. So it means that whenever you conquer a situation, whenever you conquer something difficult, this is actually recorded in your DNA and it can be passed from you to your offspring. So now, what you've survived, your offspring is going to find it easier to survive. And this is the reason why it is very, very important as a parent or as someone that hopes to have a child to conquer a lot of things, a lot of fears, a lot of the things that, you're scared of before you even begin to have children. Just so you do not set the same limitation that you had or you faced, but you couldn't conquer out of fear. Your children or your offspring might not be able to conquer it because they do not have the capacity or the strength in their DNA to be able to face or conquer it. One of the effects of adaptability, being able to conquer your fears, is that you become better in every way. Like, this is a simple reason why a stressed plant, a plant that has been stressed out or that has been taken out of its habitat to go and survive in another habitat, which actually puts this plant in stress mode or in a stress mode. Like, for example, olives that are grown in deserts have more phytochemicals, have more nutrients, because now they have to adapt to that environment and they have to squeeze out every atom of survival mode in them, which actually makes them more potent, and that is why they are more expensive. So when you put yourself out of your comfort zone into new things, like, for example, moving from having your shower with hot water in the morning to cold, you're teaching yourself something. Amazingly, this is one of the ways to actually shock and wake up your mitochondria. And guys, I kid you not when I tell you that it all starts from the smallest things that you do every day. Procrastination, fear of taking risk, can be conquered by simply breathing in and conquering the fear of pouring cold water on your body in the mornings, because you started your morning by conquering your fears. And now you're building dendrites in your brain. It doesn't matter whether you're conquering the big things or the small things. It is all the same in your brain. Your brain is conquering anyways. It cannot differentiate the difference. You're facing your fears, you're facing your fears. It doesn't matter whether it is the biggest fear, like jumping off a cliff, or just pouring cold water on your body in the morning. So when you start your day with conquering one single fear, with taking one single risk, and your brain is understanding that you're not going to back down for it, then easy peasy. The challenges you're thrown at work, the challenges you're thrown at in life, is easier for you to conquer. This is the reason why you should never stay in an environment that is toxic. When you begin to understand the law of adaptability as a characteristic of a living thing, you would understand that the longer you stay, the more you adapt. And that is the reason why there's so much domestic violence that results into deaths. And guess what? It keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And she keeps adapting every single time her tolerance and her pain threshold increases to accommodate more toxicity and more nonsense. So my point is, please, in as much as this adaptability can work for your benefit, it can also work for your negative, because the brain doesn't know what you're adapting to. It doesn't know to classify it if it is negative or positive. The survival mode, it is actually there designed to help you be able to be as comfortable as possible in your environment, no matter what is thrown at you. And that thing that can be thrown at you can be negative, which is toxic environment, toxic friendship, toxic relationship. Automatically is going to help you to adapt, to be able to cope in that environment. You're designed to stretch. You're designed to become stronger. Is adaptation hard? One of the hardest things you can do, but it is highly rewarding. But guess what? The most interesting part of it is that you can pass on these written new codes. And that is because you're literally writing new codes in your DNA. And the most important and interesting part of it is that you can pass on these new codes that you have written through surviving, through adapting, through adjusting to your offspring. So that is double rewarding. So I just want you to know that you can change anything from being an addict to a completely new person that is healthy with I go chop my food. A completely new person, free from addiction, to a healthy person. So adapt. Okay? Adapt is hard, but it is highly rewarding. One of the best things that you can do for not just yourself, but your offspring.